name is Tony, I'm 19, and I'm currently on a short-term volunteer service with Achieve More Scotland to improve the lives of young people. Well, I volunteered pretty much all of my youth, but mostly in our local church, which is why I wanted to sort of spread my wings and experience volunteering on an international level. Well, I had loads and loads of Skype calls with the officials from all organizations to ensure that all my needs would be met, that I've got an assistant by my side, that the hostel is accessible, and that the venues where I'll be doing my volunteer service are accessible too. What it means to me personally is that I can still have all the benefits of a volunteering service, but they also took care that I have all my needs met, which may be posed by my disability or the fact that I use a wheelchair. Well, flying as a wheelchair user is always an adventure because even though you book all the necessary assistance, you can't be sure that everything arrives the way it's supposed to. Your wheelchair could be damaged, and there's also like the usual thing that everyone gets a fright of. Recently, I just sort of watched the children. I made sure that they had everything they needed. I made sure that they interacted with other children as well, because there are obviously some children who are a bit more quiet and a bit more shy than others. When I interact with children, I can sort of have a lasting impact on them, because when they are confronted with something they maybe don't see every day, they can sort of have a new perspective on things. And because all of us have different perspectives on lives, we can sort of share our experience. Of course, there were questions as to why I was in a wheelchair, but I explained it to them, and they were really accepting. So the wheelchair thing was a non-issue practically, because they just said, "Oh, you're in a wheelchair? Okay, what does that mean?" And then I explained it to them, and then they said, "Okay, then we're going to do it in another way." So the team and the staff of Achieve More have been nothing but welcoming and nothing but really accessible in the terms of being sort of like, so if that doesn't work, we can always do this and this and this. And they had numerous plans in sort of charge that could be switched to if something didn't work. So that was great. They were very helpful. When they saw that I couldn't reach something or I couldn't get to the meals, they were brought up to me, and that was really nice. I had nothing but support so far. Glasgow has been an amazing city. I'm a bit of a history buff, so seeing all the different buildings was really nice, the different styles in which they were built. And they're all surprisingly accessible, at least the cathedrals and the churches I've been to so far. Yeah, so I was pretty dead set on becoming a teacher after this, and I sort of wanted to work with children in the future as well, and this has just encouraged me to actually go do that, because I have realized that I really like working with children, and these 2 weeks have just given me such a giant ego boost. I am so much more confident because I know that I can do this, and then I know that I can do so much more, and that uni is just another step in becoming more independent. So this was a really nice experience. Well, what I would like to add is I would like to sort of tell all the people with a disability who aren't sure if they are eligible to do a volunteering service, is that I would just sort of say, go for it, try it out, try to get in contact with your local organizations, try to get in contact with the organizations where you want to go really, and just try to tell them that you have a disability, but I'm sure most of them will react positively, and most of them will do their utmost best to ensure that you have a great time.